something was rotten in the state of Denmark. The king was dead, poisoned by a serpent in his orchard, so it was said, and the poison lingered on. His brother was the new king, and the widowed queen, eager to be married again, was now that brother's wife. But the dead king had left a son, Prince Hamlet, whose heart was eaten up with grief for his dead father.
Good Hamlet, cast thy nighted colour off. Do not forever seek for thy noble father in the dust. Thou know'st 'tis common, all that lives must die.
Aye, madam, it is common.
If it be, why seems it so particular with thee?
Seems, madam? Nay, it is.
'Tis sweet and commendable in your nature, Hamlet, to give these mourning duties to your father. But you must know your father lost a father, that father lost his. We pray you, throw to earth this unprevailing woe.
Frailty, thy name is woman. A little month, or ere those shoes were old with which he followed my poor father's body. Oh, God! A beast that once discourse of reason would have mourned longer. Married with my uncle. Horatio! Or I do forget myself. But what is your affair in Elsinore?
My lord, I came to see your father's funeral.
I think it was to see my mother's wedding.
Indeed, my lord, it followed hard upon.
The funeral baked meats did coldly furnish forth the marriage tables. My father. Methinks I see my father.
Where, my lord?
In my mind's eye, Horatio.
My lord, I think I saw him yesternight.
Saw who?
My lord, the king, your father.
The king, my father.
2 nights together on their watch had these gentlemen been thus encountered. A figure like your father, armed at point, exactly, cap a pay.
I will watch tonight. Perchance 'twill walk again. My father's spirit in arms. All is not well.
Ophelia, daughter of Polonius, the king's cautious old counselor, loved Hamlet and believed that he loved her. But Laertes, her brother, who was bound for France, warned her of the dangers of a prince's love.
For Hamlet and the trifling of his favor, hold it a fashion and a toy in blood, no more.
No more but so.
But you must fear. His greatness weigh, his will is not his own. Then weigh what loss your honor may sustain, if with too credent ear you list his songs. Fear it, Ophelia. But here, my father comes.
Get here, Laertes. Aboard for shame. The wind sits in the shoulder of your sail, and you are stayed for. There, my blessing with thee.
Farewell, Ophelia, and remember well what I have said to you.
'Tis in my memory locked.
What is't, Ophelia, he hath said to you?
So please you, something touching the Lord Hamlet.
What is between you? Give me up the truth.
He hath, my lord, of late made many tenders of his affection to me.
Affection? Oh, you speak like a Greek girl.
My lord, he hath importuned me with love in honourable fashion.
Go to. Springes to catch woodcocks. I would not, in plain terms, from this time forth, have you so slander any moment's leisure as to give words or talk with the Lord Hamlet. Look to it. I charge you.
I shall obey you.
What hour now?
I think it lacks of 12. Look, my lord, it comes.
Angels and ministers of grace, defend us.
I am thy father's spirit, doomed for a certain term to walk the night.
I will follow it.
Do not, my lord.
I say away. Go on. I'll follow thee.
List, list, oh list. If thou didst ever thy dear father love, revenge is foul and most unnatural. Murder.
Murder.
Murder, most foul as in the best it is. 'Tis given out that sleeping in my orchard a serpent stung me. But know thou, noble youth, the serpent that did sting thy father's life now wears his crown.
Oh, my prophetic soul, my uncle.
Aye, that incestuous, that adulterate beast, with witchcraft of his wit, with traitorous gifts, won to his shameful lust the will of my most seeming virtuous queen.
O most pernicious woman! O villain, villain, smiling, damned villain!
Fare thee well. Adieu. Adieu. Remember.
Hamlet resolved to hide his terrible knowledge under a cloak of madness.
Oh, my lord, I have been so affrighted.
With what in the name of God?
My lord, as I was sewing in my closet, Lord Hamlet, with his doublet all unbraced, and with a look so piteous in purport as if he had been loosed out of hell to speak of horrors, he comes before me.
Mad for thy love?
My lord, I do not know, but truly I do fear it.
This is the very ecstasy of love. Have you given him any hard words of late?
As you did command.
That hath made him mad.
Do you think 'tis this?
It may be. Very like.
How may we try it further?
You know, he sometimes walks 4 hours together here in the lobby. At such a time, I'll loose my daughter to him. Be you and I behind an arras then. Mark the encounter.
We will try it.
But look where sadly the poor wretch come.
Bloody, bawdy villain. Remorseless, treacherous, lecherous, kindless villain. Oh, vengeance! That I, the son of a dear father murdered, prompted to my revenge by heaven and hell, a dull and muddy-mettled rascal, peak and can say nothing. The spirit that I have seen may be the devil, and the devil hath power to assume a pleasing shape, and perhaps abuses me to damn me. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing end them. To die, to sleep, no more. About my brains. I have heard that guilty creatures sitting at a play have by the very cunning of the scene been struck so to the soul that presently they have proclaimed their malefactions. I will have these players play something like the murder of my father before mine uncle. I'll observe his looks. The play's the thing wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king. Nymph, in thy orisons be all my sins remembered.
Good my lord, how does your honor for this many a day?
I humbly thank you well.
My lord, I have remembrances of yours that I have longed long to redeliver.
I did love you once.
Indeed, my lord, you made me believe so.
You should not have believed me. I loved you not. Where's your father?
At home, my lord.
Let the doors be shut upon him, that he may play the fool nowhere but in his own house. Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? To a nunnery, go, and quickly too. Farewell.
Love, his affections do not that way tend. There's something in his soul. Madness in great ones must not unwatched go. Have you heard the argument? Is there no offense in it?
No, they do but jest. Poison in jest.
Player king, player queen, poison in jest. Real queen, real king, the very image of the murder in the orchard.
Give me some light! Away!
What? Frighted with false fire?
My lord, the Queen would speak with you.
I will come to my mother by and by.
He will come straight. Tell him his pranks have been too broad to bear. Silence me, in here.
Fear me not.
How now, mother?
Withdraw. I hear him coming.
Now, mother, what's the matter?
Hamlet, thou hast thy father much offended.
Mother, you have my father much offended.
What wilt thou do? Thou wilt not murder me. Help! Oh!
What ho? Ho!
How now, a rat? Dead for a ducat, dead. Is it the king? Thou wretched, rash, intruding fool, farewell.
Oh, what a rash and bloody deed is this!
Almost as bad as kill a king and marry with his brother.
As kill a king?
Aye, lady. Do you not come your tardy son to chide?
Do not forget. This visitation is but to whet thy almost blunted purpose.
Whereon do you knock?
Look you how pale he glares. Do you see nothing there?
Nothing at all.
Why, look you there, look how it steals away. My father in his habit as he lived.
This is the very coinage of your brain.
My pulse as yours doth temperately keep time and makes us healthful music. It is not madness. For this same Lord I do repent, but heaven hath pleased it so. I must be cruel only to be kind. Thus bad begins, and worse remains behind.
The old man's death was monstrous. Straightway, Hamlet was dispatched to England. Secret letters carried by spies condemned him to death. The bloody deed had struck terror into the king's heart and driven Ophelia to madness.
He is dead and gone, lady. He is dead and gone. At his head a grass green turf, at his heels a stone.
What would she have? She speaks much of her father. She is importunate, indeed distract.
White his shroud as the mountain snow, larded with sweet flowers, which be wept to the grave did not go, with true love showers.
Follow her close. Give her good watch.
Laertes has returned from France. Enraged by news of his father's death, he has stirred up rebellion.
When sorrows come, they come not single spies, but in battalions.
O thou vile king! Give me my father!
Humbly, good Laertes!
Let him go, Gertrude. Tell me, Laertes, why thou art thus incensed.
Where is my father?
Dead?
But not by him!
They bore him bare, faced on the bier, and in his grave rained many a tear.
O Rose of May, dear maid, kind sister, sweet Ophelia. O heavens, is possible a young maid's wits should be as mortal as an old man's life?
There's rosemary. That's for remembrance. I would give you some violets, but they withered all when my father died.
The king has received a letter. Hamlet has returned.
It warms the very sickness in my heart that I shall live and tell him to his teeth, thus diest thou.
Will you be ruled by me?
One woe doth tread upon another's heel, so fast they follow.
Your sister's drowned, Laertes.
Too much of water hast thou, poor Ophelia, and therefore I forbid my tears. Only I'll be revenged.
On his way to see the king, Hamlet tells Horatio how the ship taking him to his death had been attacked by pirates, and so he'd seized his chance to escape the king's spies and return to Denmark.
What man dost thou dig it for?
For no man, sir.
For what woman, then?
For none neither.
Who is to be buried in it?
One that was a woman, sir. But rest her soul, she's dead. Here's a skull now. It's lain you in the earth 23 years.
Whose was it?
A horse and mad fellows it was. This same skull, sir, was Yorick's skull, the king's jester.
Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio, a fellow of infinite jest. But soft! Here comes the king, the queen, the courtiers.
Sweets to the sweet. Farewell.
What? The fair Ophelia?
Hold off the earth a while, till I have caught her once more in mine arms.
What is he whose grief bears such an emphasis?
That
Devil take thy soul!
Pluck them asunder.
My lord, be quiet! I loved Ophelia. 40,000 brothers could not with all their quantity of love make up my son.
Hamlet! Hamlet!
I will fight with him upon this theme.
Oh, he's mad, Laertes.
Laertes must be avenged. Hamlet must die. To this end, the fearful king devised a fencing match between the prince and Laertes. But the contest will be unequal, for all the rapiers are foiled, except one.
I will do it, and for that purpose I'll anoint my sword. I bought an unction of a mountebank so mortal that but dip a knife in it.
And that he calls for drink, I'll have prepared him a chalice for the nonce, whereon but sipping, if he by chance escape your venom stuck, our purpose may hold there.
If your mind dislike anything, obey it. I will forestall their repair hither, and say you are not fit.
We defy augury. There is special providence in the fall of a sparrow. The readiness is all. Let be.
This is too heavy. Let me see another.
This likes me well.
Come, begin.
Come on, sir.
A hit, a very palpable hit. Hamlet, this pearl is thine.
I'll play this bout first. Set it by a while. Come! Another hit, what say you?
I do confess it.
The queen carouses to thy fortune, Hamlet.
Gertrude, do not drink.
I will, my lord.
It is the poisoned cup. It is too late.
Come, let me wipe thy face.
How does the queen?
She swoons to see them bleed.
The drink. The drink. I had poison.
Hamlet. Hamlet. Thou art slain. The treacherous instrument is in thine hand, unbaited and envenomed. The king is to blame.
Venom, do thy work. I am dead, Horatio. Wretched queen, adieu. This fell sergeant Death is strict in his arrest. If thou didst ever hold me in thy heart, absent thee from felicity a while, and in this harsh world draw thy breath in pain to tell my story, the rest is silence.